Hey y'all, this is Krystal Keith and my new EP is called Boulder. And thank you for joining me for my Ask Anything chat for the Bobby Bones Show here on iHeartRadio. And thank you, Bobby, for having me. I'm really excited to talk about the EP and my new song with Lance Carpenter. Anyone else? Pauline from Bowling Green. What's the most comfortable boots you own? Uggs, I'll be honest. I love Lucchese's though, they're my favorite cowboy boots, but if I'm trying to get comfy, I'm definitely in Uggs. Allie from Huntsville. How'd you get hooked up with Lance for your song? Lance and I ended up in a writer's room. It's kind of random. Writers get put together all the time. And we ended up in a room together with another guy, and we wrote a few times and then wrote once by ourselves. And he just happened to send me this song and asked me if I would do the girl part on it just to try it out and see how it turned out. So we became friends immediately. The first time we wrote together, we kind of immediately had this brother-sister dynamic and got along from the get-go. So it worked out really well, and the song turned out great, and I hope you guys love it. Grace from Rock Island. Can you tell us your full name with a proper Oklahoma accent? Well, Oklahoma, I don't feel like Oklahoma has an accent, so I'm not sure what you mean by that. I feel like wherever Rock Island is, you probably have an accent. My name's Krystal Keith. I don't think there's an accent in that, but, and I'm not going to tell you my middle name. You can Google that, but I'm not going to put that on camera. Shannon from Greenville. How did you pick the name Boulder for the EP? So Boulder, once you hear the song, if you haven't already, it's a really powerful song, and Boulder is the hook of the song, and it really just said everything. I mean, it's the hook on the song is I can get through all this stuff, but you can throw a pebble and it would hit me like a boulder. And it kind of has a double meaning. This album, I was really bold in choosing songs for it and writing songs for it and recording, and I kind of stepped outside of my comfort zone in the studio. I wanted to push myself a little further and do bigger runs than I had on my first album, and sing a little bit bigger so that I could showcase my voice more on this project than I had before. And that's the first song that I had to record and that I had picked that really showcased everything I wanted to showcase for this project. So we went with Boulder for that reason. Tuesday from St. Louis. Can you recreate your driver's license picture for us? I can try. Do I need like a frame? I think I need a frame. Is that good enough? That's probably not what my driver's license looks like. I probably have a ponytail. Let's see. Hannah from Carbondale. What are your pre-show rituals? I have to pee right before I go on stage. Every time I call it, I don't really get nervous, but it's almost like I'm nervous that I'm gonna have to pee, so I make myself pee before we go. Other than that, I mean, I warm up a little bit. I have a guitar player that kind of runs me through some warm-ups just to kind of get my top and bottom end of my range a little cleaner than it would be otherwise. I drink water. I kind of just calm myself and try to get in the moment, and I watch the crowd for a few minutes during the show right before me, or whoever's performing before me, and try to just get a read on the room, and so that I can try to perform to them the best of my ability. So not really a whole lot of rituals. I don't have like only green M&Ms in my green room or anything like that. Diana from Charlotte. I followed in my dad's footsteps. I'm an accountant. What's it like to follow in your dad's since it's so public? It's awesome. I'm kind of blessed that I'm a girl, because we aren't really compared a whole lot, as we probably would be if I was a boy. But, I think he's let me kind of pave my own path and let me be my own artist, and not really tried to guide me or shape me into anything specific. So it's worked out really well. I haven't really found many negatives to it, other than, when you're in interviews and stuff, people always feel awkward asking questions. It doesn't bother me at all. It's hard to get around the fact that he is my dad, and he is such a big public figure that people are curious, and I get that. So I don't mind answering questions at all, and it's awesome that we have that bond and we have so much in common. Sarah from Akron. If you went on America's Got Talent and you can't sing, what would be your hidden talent? Oh my gosh. I can make a 3-leaf clover with my tongue. I don't know if that's a talent, but I can try. Hold on. I'm gonna have to turn around. That's my hidden talent. Hopefully I've got more than that. I mean, I'm a cook. I like to cook a lot. I have a blog, so I don't think they cook on that show, so I would just have to go with the 3-leaf clover. Jenny from Cleveland. What do you call your dad? I call him Dad. I think it's weird to be my age and call him Daddy, so I stick with Dad. I have a daughter, she calls him Pop Pop, so he is Pop Pop when she's around, or Dad, or we have several other names we call him that I won't say on here when we're joking around, but usually it's just Dad. Do you ever get mistaken for other female country artists? Not really. My voice does occasionally, but I don't really get that very often. It'd be nice if they mistook me for Carrie Underwood. That'd be amazing. Kelly from Pittsburgh. If you bought a yacht, what would you name it? I don't know. That's a hard one. What would you name it? What would you name my yacht? I don't know. I mean, Hensley Jack is pretty cool, so I'd probably name it after her. Who's the most famous? Oh, Bonnie from Chicago. Who's the most famous person you've ever met? Lord have mercy. That's a hard one. We met, I'm a big Michael Bublé fan. We met him in New York for the Songwriter Hall of Fame induction for my dad. I mean, obviously spending time, legends that I've gotten to spend time with. Glenn Campbell, I don't know if you can see him in this shot. Glenn Campbell, jamming with him and hanging out with him was pretty spectacular. Willie Nelson, Merle Haggard, people like that are big heroes in our family. So those were pretty big for us. But I've met a lot of people. I'm gonna go with Michael Bublé. That's the most recent one that I was pretty excited about. Penny from Auburn. Has your tour bus driver ever let you drive the bus? No, but my dad's bus driver did when I was little. I used to sit in his lap and use the CB radio and talk to other like truckers and drivers and stuff. So that was fun as a kid. I don't know if he actually let go of the wheel and let me have it. That would be kind of dangerous, but I feel like he did. Janelle from Seattle. Have you ever won money from scratch-offs? Never more than $5. Does anybody ever win more than $5 off those? Let's see. Darlene from Fort Worth. What app do you use the most? Instagram. Hands down. I would say Instagram or Pinterest. I'm a big Pinterest person. Melody from Knoxville. What was your favorite song to write on the new album and why? I would say probably Then It Started Raining or I Got You. Also the only two I wrote on this album, but Then It Started Raining is a big power ballad, and I was really excited to write that with Mason Douglas. It's a really cool story song that kind of draws you in, and it's really emotive. And then I Got You is kind of like, you know, kind of joking with my husband about he gets himself into trouble and I'm always the one that gets him out of it. So I've got his back. I wrote that one with Lance. That was a fun one to write. Let's see. Krystal from San Antonio. What TV show did you watch when you were a kid? I was a big Power Rangers girl. I loved My Little Ponies. Alf was a big one in our house. And then I Love, probably my favorite, I don't know why I didn't say this first, but I Love Lucy would have been my absolute favorite. Let's see. Andrea from Long Island. How was your 4th of July? And what's your favorite holiday? My 4th of July was fantastic this year, much better than last year's. My favorite holiday is hands down Christmas. Christmas is the best. especially now that I have a kid. It's a lot more magical than it has been, as an adult thus far. So I think that's pretty much all I've got here. But thank you so much to iHeartRadio and Bobby Bones for having me for this Ask Anything chat and talking about my Boulder EP and anyone else. And I can't wait to see you guys out on the road.